Try to do that. So, yeah, where we're still holding on to these past creations, these past ideas, and so we are going to keep transforming those. So may it be with the blessing, blessing, blessing of Source that we continue to know that we are all one, that we are connected eternally, and that love is the only truth. With that, we say amen and aho. So, how are you all doing today? It is hopefully a little calmer. It's a little less crazy for you guys. Hopefully, hopefully, a little calmer, a little easier today. And Becky, it is not a problem. I just kept giving you a healing and giving your technology a healing, right? Because there's always something going on when that keeps happening. I have had lots of it, over the years where I'm like, okay, let's get more healings on all the technology stuff. So never, ever a problem. Doesn't bother me. How are you all doing? What is up for you? What has shown up in the last however many hours? At least 12 hours, the last 18 hours. The moon went direct at 6:34 a.m. We had the lunar eclipse. There was some amazing pictures. A friend of mine got what happened to be up and got some amazing pictures of it. So it was quite the event and quite the healing opportunity. And so it is fabulous that it's behind us. And at the rare moment when I wasn't a mess this moon, grateful for that. I think my higher self might have given me a break. Yay, Jill. Hey, man, you take it when you can get it, right? However it shows up, yes, I'll take that. And it's all perfect, right? So, always good. Here we are on day 16. We stand before you today in reckoning of past creations. And just in case you are like me and you're somebody who's like, reckoning? Oh my God, what do you mean reckoning? That's scary. That's going to be painful. I'm sorry, I'll do anything. Just don't make it a reckoning. I'm going to give everybody a healing on those past life pictures and frames and ideas that we have, that a reckoning is like a whipping. Or however it shows up for you, that a reckoning is anything more than like the way I see it from a neutral standpoint is just kind of a balancing out of what has gone on, like reconciling the books in a business. Let's just make sure everything balanced, everything's copacetic, that we know where everything is. And that's what we are doing again today. A reckoning of past creations where we have denied God, where we have chosen to see something other than God, where we have denied the true self that is in fact here for us, and it's helping us reconcile situations, reconciling everything that shows up. So it's just like one big healing opportunity for us, and then just go, yeah, I'm here for it. Let's do this. So that's on page 160. They talk about the realization of the divine as the fabric of your life. And I do love Paul seeing the fabric is stretched out, and they talk a lot about that embroidery on the fabric, and that embroidery is all the stuff that has happened to us. You we're in a relationship, there's embroidery there. You were angry, there's embroidery there. You were happy, there's embroidery there. It's all those things that have happened, but the denial of the divine is the fabric that all of that is stitched on, because all of us have lots of denial of the divine. That is the separation that is pretty much the basis for everything that happens in the world. Like, you go into fear. It's where you forget that everything is divinely perfect. You go unworthy, I'm not enough. That's because you've forgotten how powerful you are. It's like everything comes back to that separation where I am not my higher self. I am not my true self having an experience here on planet Earth. I'm just, this girl in the body suffering. So we're getting healings, one, on those places where we have gone into fear about a reckoning or a reconciliation with all our past creations, whatever that looks like. For some of us, those, reconciliation is like others of us are like, bring it on. So there is lots of realization frequency coming in. If you're familiar with the book Realization, it's like actually right there on the bookshelf. That reddish orange, that sunsetty orange kind of orange red is the realization frequency, and what it does is it just keeps transforming the low frequencies. It just keeps moving more of that. So it's very lovely. There are times when I go, you know what, let's just sit in a whole bunch of frequencies and we'll just sit here and you all do whatever you're doing and I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, more realization. All right, add some more divinity frequency to that emerald green. Yeah. And then watch the energies work and then go, oh yeah, now let's add some more periwinkle. That periwinkle frequency is what transforms the judgment, the places where we have just bombarded ourselves with judgment. Not only judgment about other people, but judgment of ourselves. God, I really screwed up. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. What was I thinking when I did that? And just beating ourselves up in every way possible. So those frequencies are actually coming in for us and working some magic on those past creations, the things that we did a long time ago, stuff that you have probably long forgotten. And we're going to transform more of that. So just know that it is being worked on. For I don't even know that it was for a holiday, for a gift. I think it just showed up. And we have these digital picture frames, and the pictures that we have loaded up, some of them go back to when I was really young. Actually, some of them go back to when my dad was really young because we happen to have those digitally. But there are times when pictures come up on that they don't only bring up, oh my God, remember that time, but they also bring up those times when I was like, oh yeah, I remember that event when I did X, Y, and Z, when I said this and the other person said that, and 3 days later we stopped talking to each other. Yeah, I remember that. And so those are the types of things that we are transforming now. Those places where you have a picture or a movie that is running that has said like, oh yeah, you screwed up. You screwed up. We're going to keep moving those. As we move more of them, what happens is they're not there to trip us up. It's like a bump in the road, right? We're going along, everything's fine, and we hit these pictures or movies, frames, these dense energies, and they're like, could be a little bump in the road, could be a humongous bump in the road. But what they do is divert us off into a whole lot of fear and pain and anger and unworthiness and shame and blame and just all kinds of low frequencies that don't serve us. They don't help us get out of the ideas of it. In fact, oftentimes they're kind of sticky, and what happens is even more of them come in, and then it gets bigger and messier and uglier, and we're just like, dear Lord, somebody save me here. So what we're doing today in the reading of day 16 is reckoning or reconciling those past creations. So find a place in you where you have denied God. I feel like I could be doing the Macarena here, and here, and the left side of the right side of my ribs, and my left hip, and then down on my right sacrum, and then there's a spot on my left knee. It's just like ding, 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 ding. And we are just going to keep working on those places, wherever it is that you have denied the divine, whatever it looks like. And I'll just keep covering those places up with higher frequencies. Cover them up with a higher frequency, and the lower frequency has to rise to it. It's actually called entrainment. There's probably lots of other names for it, but it gets transformed. Now on page 161, we also talk about, is it on this page? We talk about karma. Yep, down there down towards the bottom, when we speak of karma or past acts or the idea of an encounter with fear, Paul becomes anxious. Karma is simply an experience. That's it. There's not good karma and bad karma. That was marketing somewhere along the way. I swear it makes great t-shirts for sure, but karma is simply an experience, and you have lots of experiences with lots of different people. Much of what you are doing in this lifetime is designed to clear more karma. So the people you're clearing the most karma with are the people that you are closest to, the people in your family that you were born into or raised in, the people who you gave birth to, married, were in, committed relationships, or maybe not so committed relationships, but long relationships. Those people are the people you are clearing the most karma with. And so one of the things we do at every healing circle is help you clear more karma and agreements until your higher self has the information to clear karma and agreements for themselves. So we're clearing more karma and agreements. Now, what does that do for you? Oh, it's actually fabulous. As you clear more karma and agreements with someone, what happens is you become less triggered by them. They, ding you a little less, and not nearly the triggers there for you. And so clearing karma is a beautiful thing. So I'll write along with clearing the agreements, right? And they talk about that in this day as well, clearing the agreements. So they say in 161, what do we do? What we are doing with you is reclaiming the life that has been lived with a mandate for a new encounter with past creations that will lift you beyond cause and effect. All of these past creations, you're going to be lifted up, over, and above them. How do you get out of the muck and mud? You keep asking for healings and transforming the muck and the mud in you, and then you are lifted up out of it. It's no longer there. On page 163, they actually talk about, Paul sees himself stepping into a shower to get clean. That muck and mud gets washed away to some degree. It says, when you are lifted to this level of resonance, while things fall away of their own accord, what you are still accountable to are the ramifications of past choice. So, you've robbed a bank. You have created some karma in robbing this bank. You heal the places in you that created the need for you to rob the bank. Obviously, this is an example, right? I don't think any of us have robbed a bank here. You heal the places in you where you created the need to rob the bank. I wasn't making enough money. I have a lot of pictures of lack. I was going into fear that I wasn't going to be able to pay my bills. Whatever that is, you heal that stuff. There is still the bank that was robbed. So you go and you return the money. You work out arrangements to have some sort of punishment, some sort of payment that you're going to do to repair what happened with robbing the bank. But there's still this creation that is sitting out there. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about healing that. It's like the stain on the fabric. So you're gonna, it says, denial of the divine, where you thought you were separate, where you went into fear that you weren't going to have enough, where you forgot that those people in the bank were not separate from you. So we're going to work on that, where we have denied the divine, and we remind ourselves that we are in agreement to be known beyond prior choice. And what happens is we get to release those old ideas and lift it all up in frequency. Release the old ideas and lift it all up in frequency. It's beyond the healing piece. I love that this frequency of redemption, it's a beautiful sky blue. Using redemption is like to be able to see the redeeming qualities in everything. You start to see the redeeming qualities in yourself. going to give everybody a gift of redemption in their third eye. And that is a pentagon-shaped crystal that is going in your third eye, filled with that redemption frequency. Help you see the redeeming qualities in yourself. And then we are helping everybody, giving them more reconciliation frequency, which is reconciliation frequency is a lot about reconciling everything to the truth. So back to that accounting analogy, it's reconciling everything to the truth of what happened. The truth is we're not separate. The truth is you are not in lack. The truth is you are having an experience. The truth is God is not judging you. The truth, right? You could just keep going on and on. So that reconciliation frequency is in the gold spectrum, and we're working with that to help you transform more of those places where you've been judging past choices. I love they say on page 161 that we're reclaiming past creations. And when we reclaim something, what we're doing is bringing it into the light. Bringing it into the light so it can be seen, so it can be healed. That's really what's happening everywhere on the planet. The reason why it looks a little messy and crazy is for the same reason that if you were to clean out one of your closets, maybe clean out your garage, whatever it is for you, that if you went in there, if I went into my garage and I started pulling everything out, I would hopefully be a little organized about it and be like, okay, here's all the lawn care stuff. Here's all the tools. Here's the things that I am donating to charity. Here are the things that I'm throwing away. But at some point, it's really messy and not necessarily that organized. And that is what's happening out in the world today. It's a little messy. It's a little disorganized. It's really, all of it is showing up to be healed. And as it shows up to be healed, then we can transform it. And it gets lifted up and it starts looking a whole lot brighter, a whole lot more love-filled. And of course, it doesn't trigger us nearly as much. Watching that reconciliation frequency come in. So this morning's full moon in the healing world, we've called it the full moon of triumphant celebration. The new frequency that came in with that moon is the frequency of triumph. And it is a frequency that's like, I've been kind of laughing about it. It's orangey red or reddish orange, depending on which way you look at it. I guess reddish orange means it's more red than orange. Orangey red means it's more orange than red. But it is that, reddish orange infused, but it has also mixed into it the frequency of alchemy, and alchemy is a frequency as well as healing, right? A healing process. So it has the alchemy is right is the golden frequency. So it's a really beautiful color, and we can use some of it in our bodies, and that is coming in for all of us as well, that frequency of triumph. And then the moon also had the frequencies of illumination, which is an awesome frequency that keeps amping up everything else. It also had the frequency of exaltation, which is like a pink and blue and gold mix, and then transcendence and ascension. So there's a lot of stuff in the moon. No wonder we're all a little crazy. And then, of course, there's those pieces about astrologically, like at the Pisces, and Pisces is very emotional, and what else is it? Pisces and oh, I guess it's the South Node, that it is in the South Node. So there's a lot going on for us. This is an opportunity for us to heal the deep wounds of the past. So, I could have a whole dissertation on the fact that we're having the healing circle on the day before and the day of the moon, and the text of all the places, all the books that we could be referring to, not to mention all the days within the Book of Resurrection. We are talking about day 16, which is about past creations. And here's this moon coming up, and it being really about healing the old wounds. So I'd like you to take a moment to ask, what is the deepest wound that from your past that you would like to have healed today? The deepest wound from your past that you would like to have healed today. So mine shows up in my throat, and it looks like a lot of fear. So hip hip hooray for that. Do I have to know the story behind it? Do I have to know what exactly it is in order to heal it? No, I don't. It is just another opportunity to be like, okay, whatever it is, I can feel it in my throat. I actually can feel it going up underneath my ears as well. And so I just want to heal more of it. And so I can ask, as we all can. It's not like you need to be a certain frequency to ask. You just ask. Yes, I'd like to heal more of that deep wound from the past. Whatever it is, wherever it is, whatever needs to be done, let's heal more of that. Jill, yours is in your sternum. Yep, I would say my sternum is my second place, so yeah. Totally get that. And we just keep asking. Like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, my head, what is this? It's pounding. We can remember, oh, let me ask to have more love put into my head, wherever it is. If you're feeling it here, ask to add more love. If you're feeling it here, ask to add more love. If you're feeling it back here, ask to have more love put in there. or whatever frequency shows up for you. You might be like, I want, magnificent, joyous love. Okay, say that and know that it is being gifted to you. That's the part we want to really hone in on, knowing that is being gifted to you. Okay, here's the claim of truth. Here's one of the claims of truth. On this day, we claim that the realization of the monad in the energetic field will reclaim and re-see any aspect of self that has engaged in the denial of the divine or refuted the divine out of fear, knowingly or unknowingly. And because we claim this for each of you in true self, in true alignment, in a mandate of love, we may support you each in a level of resonance where this reconciliation can occur without a bias or fear of what it will entail. Yes. Ask where you have a place where you have denial of the divine. Where is the biggest place? It's like where when I read that claim of truth, where do you feel it in your body? It's an awesome opportunity to tune into what is being healed. You can read these attunements, and as you read them, notice what lights up in your body. Notice where you feel the attunement. So I can feel mine right here, and it goes a little bit across my forehead. And so I know it's in my third eye and across my frontal lobe. Jill says third eye and out, same as last night. Will this ever end of me denying who I am in truth? Yeah, I ask that on a regular basis. So here's the thing about all of this. What we are doing is healing the parts of us, and there's a lot of parts that have denied ourselves, that have forgotten who we are, that simply can't remember that we are having an incarnation here on planet Earth to help lift the frequency of the planet, to remember who we are, to trust our higher self. There's a lot of different pieces. Sometimes I see it like a million piece puzzle that was just kind of dumped in front of me and said, okay, here you go. And I start putting the puzzle together, and there are a lot of colors that are very similar. Start putting together, oh, nope, that doesn't go there, it goes over here. No, it doesn't go there, it goes over there. And then I keep working on the pieces where I am denying myself. And it's just that there is so much of it. And I would say we're not going to stop denying who we are in truth because we live on a low frequency planet, because there is so much. But what happens is it keeps getting less and less. There are fewer times when you do it. You catch yourself a little bit more. Because once we have worked on where we deny who we are, we also have to work on where we deny who others are. I know I've spent a lot of time getting tripped up by other people. And by that, what I mean is I go into a lot of, oh my God, who are they? Do you know what they're up to? Oh my God. And I forget completely that it doesn't matter who they are or what they're up to, whether they're creating energy to heal, energy to harm, or they're just moseying along. I often forget that each and every one of us is divine. I get tripped up and then I heal more of that. And then I go out and it might be a few days, might be a few hours, and I get tripped up again. I go, ah, there it is again. Oh my gosh, come on, man. Come on, get with it. And I go, oh, that's right. This is an experience. There's no, specified time that I have to have this done by. I just keep catching myself and trusting how it shows up, helping myself along, helping other people along, remembering that it's all just an experience. Just an experience, just an experience. I have to remind myself regularly. So there's a little phrase that they say on page 163. I am in agreement to be known beyond prior choice. How about that? Before you go to bed every night, I am in agreement to be known beyond prior choice. Sometimes I even say something like, hey, Source, can you hold on to this for me? Hey, Source, can you hang on to this? This is just a lot for me to carry. Can you work on this? And I'll come back to it tomorrow morning. It's a lot. It's a lot for us. I am in agreement to be known beyond prior choice. When we say that, I am in agreement to be known beyond prior choice, we are giving permission for the movement of the old and the reconciliation to the new. Boom, just like that. Move out the old stuff, reconcile it all to the new. It releases the stitches and the embroidery, and it releases the denial of the divine. That's powerful stuff, man. I am in agreement to be known beyond prior choice. Known, it's a frequency. Sometimes I think, if I remembered every day to say something like that, where would I be? And the answer is, I would be exactly where I needed to be. And it is perfect exactly as it shows up. It's not like I can mess it up, right? If I remembered to say it every single day, I would be exactly where I am meant to be. If I said it every other day and forgot, I would be exactly where I needed to be. It's that place where we just keep healing those things, right? So outside on my patio, I have a crow sitting there having a conversation with me. Now, crow medicine, some of crow medicine is about seeing the divinity in it all. So I would encourage you to see the divinity in all of what is going on in your life. It's another opportunity, another message, right? Oh yeah, let me remember that it's all divinely perfect. It happens exactly as it's meant to. Paul interrupts the teaching. Well, are there consequences to the past actions or past thoughts we've held? Once this happens, they answer. There is residual effect, but you are no longer creating from these blemishes or this embroidery upon the energetic field that still serves as an attractor to what you would call karma. You're no longer operating from that place. That's the beauty of the reconciliation frequency. It doesn't wipe the slate clean. They specifically say that. It releases the need, the first need, to deny the divine, which claimed everything that followed it. So everything starts with where we have claimed the denial of the divine. We have said, oh no, not you, right? Or we have said about ourselves, oh, I'm not enough. I'm not enough to be, for God to notice me, for God to grant me my wishes, for whatever. Keep in mind, karma and agreements. We have karma and agreements to have experiences for the growth and evolution of our higher self. The recognition to release the impulse, the desire to refute the divine will reclaim you and release the creations that you chose in accord with this. Recognition, reclamation, recreation, gifts, gifts, gifts for all of us. Here's our reminder. The aspect of you that is free already, that has aligned to the upper room, is the aspect of self that is in fruition, is in bloom through this treatise. Your higher self, your monad, is already aligned to the upper room. What we're working on is the girl, the guy in the body. We're working on that. The places where we, as people and bodies, forget that it's divinely perfect, that it's divinely timed, that there was never any mistake, that we couldn't have messed up anything. We just keep transforming those ideas. In fact, they say this aspect of you, sinless, if you wish, without fear, if you wish, is what reclaims each of you. Sometimes I see it like my higher self. Or the monad is seeing me drowning in a pool or flailing in the pool. Help, help. Oh my God, this is awful. Help, help, help. Right? And my higher self reaches down and pulls me up and sits me on the side of the pool and says, here's your healing. Because it's crazy how much stuff we have that is constantly making us think that we're screwing up, we're getting it wrong, that, we deserve to be punished. No punishment necessary. Releasing that. So feel free to look. Where do you have some pain? We're releasing an idea that has been informing your experience. Where do you have pain that is informing your experience? Where do you have pain that is informing your experience? And oh my goodness, mine is in my sacrum. My hand just happened to be right there. So we're giving that area a healing. Where do you have pain that has been informing your experience and we're transforming it? Where do you have anger that has been informing your experience that you're ready to transform? It's a big, powerful moon day. Let's use those frequencies. Anger. And you don't have to be an angry person, right? Mine is in my stomach and my diaphragm, but mostly my stomach. Anger, we're moving that. Where do you have some unworthiness that is informing your experience that your higher self is like, all right, let's let that go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Some unworthiness. Mine is in the inside of my right knee. Jill, unworthiness in your third eye and physical eyes. Yep. I've been working on everybody for these places. So whether you stopped and said, where is it? You're getting healings. My team is on it too. So yeah, unworthiness in your third eye. Also see unworthiness in several people's third eyes, also in the sternum, and in the backs of the right and left knee. Okay, how about judgment? Where has judgment been informing your experience that you're ready to move? Wow, mine is right. Ooh, golly, right here underneath my ears. These are my clairsentient channels. Ooh, wow, it is like itchy, ouchy. Always fascinates me. When I touch certain things, I'm like, I didn't know that hurt. Yeah. Healings, healings, healings for all of us. Judgment. Eyes for some of us. Sternum, throat, brainstem, pituitary. I feel like I have energetic body part Tourette's. Somebody has their right elbow. Ay, ay, ay. Healings, healings, healings. The reconciliation of divine will with the will of the personality structure has been discussed, but we will return here for a moment so that you can understand that the choice to agree to this level of clearing or reconciliation with your own creations is the claim of the Christ within each of you. The desire to align to divine will is divine will in accord with your true nature. You have become who you truly are. You are no longer aspiring to it. You are released from the old as you become of the fabric of the divine in perpetuity. There you go, Joe. You are released from the old as you become of the fabric of the divine in perpetuity. Paul says, what does that mean? It means that you were born anew, that the creation of your expression, unblemished, unadorned, an expression of the divine that has come in its unique way as you, is in perpetuity or continual unfoldment. How I read that particular sentence is we got to give ourselves a break. We spend a lot of time beating ourselves up, thinking that we're wrong, thinking that we screwed it up, thinking that there is something else going on. And instead, if we just keep reminding ourselves that we are the light and we are transforming all of it for everyone around us, we would be like, oh. On this day we claim, in this life, we claim that all creations made in fear will be reconciled to truth, and the truth of the divine that indeed makes all things new. I love that they say this at the end of this chapter. We are not your shepherds. We are your teachers as you wish us. You become the shepherds as you walk forth, because the light that you are, untainted, unadorned, claims all it encounters in love. You are out there claiming everything in love, whether you remember it or not, whether you think you are or not. And you come to the healing circle to be reminded that you've always been the love. You've always been the divinity. You've always been the light. You just simply forgot. Just simply forgot. So, a reminder that we're going to be doing the day 3 from Divine Union next time, which is March 16th and March 17th on Monday and Tuesday afternoon. And it is pages 45 to pages 52. 7 whole pages, and it's itty bitty tiny print, and oh my goodness. We are on Facebook doing this stuff. We are on WhatsApp doing this, and if you need any assistance, any help with any of it, please send me a text. Please feel free to just say, hey, I need some help, or hey, I don't understand this word, or what was that frequency again? I'm happy to help. Truly, I am happy to help. I had somebody today from South Africa send me a text and say, hey, I need some help with my sister. Can you help my sister out? I'm like, absolutely. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do for each other. So please feel free to ask. All right. Fabulous, fabulous. As I seal the field unto the light of that one true source creator God, the one who is all the magic, all the love, all the remembrance of all that we are. I thank my core healing team. I thank the support teams as they came in, and I thank you guys, because you guys are the ones that take part of your day and go, yeah, I want to come. Yeah, I want to heal. Yeah, I want to transform this. And you are out there doing just that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love and appreciate you. If there's anything you need, feel free to text me. Happy full moon. Happy, I don't think there's anything going on for the rest of the week. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I love you. I hope you have a fabulous afternoon and a great week. Take care.